Welcome top news today.
Business Insider spoke with London School of Economics fellow Brian Klaas, author of the Despots, Apprentice, Donald Trump's attack on democracy. He compares President Donald Trump's tactics to President Erdogan of Turkey as well as others. Klaas refers to Donald Trump as a despot's apprentice because he mimics leaders of authoritarian states. Read the full transcript below. Brian Klaas: Trump is not a despot, but I call him a despot's apprentice because he's borrowing and mimicking tactics that you normally find in authoritarian states. In each of the chapters I highlight one of the despots that he is behaving like. Some are historical, some are contemporary. So with attacking the press, you have someone like Erdogan in Turkey who has abused the press, has tried to shut down outlets, and when they don't bow to him he tries to go after the wallets, which Trump has done repeatedly in threatening to revoke licenses or attacking them or calling them out publicly to be boycotted. Then you also have with Davide Andrew. I use the example of Idi Amin in Uganda, who deflected all the blame for his failures onto immigrant communities, and then now you have the same thing happening in the US where it's already somebody else's fault but not Trump's. With the nepotism and various aspects of this, I use the example of Uzbekistan's dictator who hired his own daughter for a variety of different roles to be the soft face of the regime, and you see this with Ivanka Trump, who's deployed to be this softer side of Trumpism. In each of these chapters there's an aspect of authoritarianism. America is still a democracy, there's no question about that, but we have to wake up and realize that these echoes of authoritarianism, these tactics that are being brought into the United States by Trump, are pushing the United States further towards authoritarianism. And that's the term I use, it's creeping authoritarianism. Each day, little by little, we get used to a bit more unacceptable behavior. Trump has had these running feuds. He attacks Mexicans, that's how he started his campaign. He demonizes migrants and Muslims, and then he always has this constant feud with black athletes, right? So he's picking fights with groups that he thinks will actually enrage his supporters and create a divisive climate in the US political system such that people will ignore his failures. It's deflecting blame, and I think that Trump is an absolute classic case when it comes to picking on these groups that tend to be out of the political mainstream for what is white America, and so I think this aspect of Trump is extremely damaging because even after he leaves office, his attitudes are going to persist, and there's people who love Trump who are actually going to believe that these minority groups are the cause of all these problems in America, which is absolutely not true, but Trump is weaponizing that political anger in a way that is reminiscent of despots throughout history. If you remember the first time you heard the term fake news, it probably shocked you, whereas now it's a daily occurrence. The first time he called to jail his opponent, shocking. Now almost a daily occurrence. Now all of this is causing normalization of authoritarian tactics we used to see outside of Western democracies being transplanted into America, and that's going to have long-term consequences beyond Trump. Produced by Jasper Pickering. Filmed by David Abekwe. Research by Fraser Moore.